When Alandrea posted that cryptic countdown timer on November 12th, the internet lost its mind. 2 hours and 15 minutes? Into what? Fans were freaking out, nervous, scared even. Why would anyone be nervous when she's clearly hyped about something? But that's the thing about Olandria. She knows how to build anticipation. And when that timer hit 0 and Harper's Bazaar Vietnam dropped, jaws hit the floor. The Bama Barbie had just landed one of fashion's most prestigious magazine covers, draped in a dramatic red ensemble with a pixie cut that screamed Y2K Halle Berry energy. This wasn't just another influencer photo shoot. This was editorial fashion at its finest, shot at what looked like an Italian villa, giving untouchable old money vibes. And the wildest part? She went from unknown sales associate to Harper's Bazaar cover star in 4 months flat. Before we dive into this insane journey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're here for all things Love Island, Nic and Alandrea, Ace, Taylor, Cierra, and the whole Love Island USA dating show chaos. Trust me, you'll want to stay updated on Nicolandria because this couple keeps delivering.
Let's rewind to June 2025. Nobody knew who Alandrea was. She was a sales associate in the elevator industry with a logistics degree from Tuskegee University. Then, Love Island USA Season 7 happened, and everything changed. But here's the thing. Her path to that Harper's Bazaar cover wasn't straightforward. It was messy, emotional, and unexpected, just like her entire Love Island journey. When Alandrea worked into that villa, she had her eyes set on Taylor Williams. Country boy, charming smile, the whole package. They coupled up on day 1, and it looked like they were heading somewhere real. Meanwhile, this Belgian guy named Nic Vansteenberghe was coupled with Sierra Ortega, and they seemed solid too. But anyone paying attention could see the way Nic looked at Alandrea during challenges. The man was her secret admirer from day 1, kissing her during a blindfold challenge and keeping it quiet for weeks. Talk about playing the long game.
Casa Amor came around and flipped everything upside down. Taylor chose to couple up with Casa bombshell Clark Caraway, basically dumping Olandria without a second thought. Over at the villa, Cierra was exploring things with bombshell Elin Bibas. When the dust settled, both Nic and Olandria were left without partners. They were eliminated, done, packing their bags and heading home. But then Love Island threw them the ultimate curveball. A black car pulled up, and they were whisked away to a candlelit date under twinkle lights. The producers gave them a choice. Couple up and return to the villa, or stay single and go home for good. They chose to come back. And that moment, that decision, gave us one of the most talked about couples of the season. They tried to make it work, exploring their connection while still hung up on their previous partners. The famous soul ties kiss happened, where they got spicy during a challenge, testing the waters between friendship and something more. But they agreed to stay friends because the feelings for Taylor and Cierra were still too strong. Then Cierra was removed from the show on day 26 after old social media posts using slurs surfaced online. And suddenly, Nic had to figure out his next move. Olandria waited there for him, supporting him through one of the hardest moments in the villa. They really talked, about how their previous decisions were clouded by everyone around them. And this time, they decided to give their connection a real shot.
The shift was immediate. What started as a friendship-based coupling turned into genuine chemistry that viewers had been begging for since day 1. The Nicolandrians, that's what fans called themselves, had been shipping these two from the jump, and now they were finally watching it unfold. By the finale, Nic and Alandrea were runners-up, coming in second place to Amaya and Brian. During the finale speeches, Alandrea told Nic she was excited about stepping into the real world with him, creating memories and seeing where their connection takes them. Hopefully something everlasting. Nic admitted he'd always been her secret admirer, and the whole thing was beautiful enough to make anyone cry. But here's where the story gets even crazier. Most Love Island contestants ride their 15 minutes of fame and then fade into influencer obscurity, doing sponsored posts for teeth whitening kits and protein shakes. Olandria? She had other plans. Within weeks of leaving the villa, she was walking runways at New York Fashion Week. Not just any runways. Sergio Hudson, the designer who dresses Beyoncé and Michelle Obama. She attended the Off-White show, the Alexander Wang show, the Theophilio show. Vogue called her one of the best beauty looks at the MTV Video Music Awards. She wasn't just showing up to these events, she was commanding attention.
The UGG campaign came next, a full-circle moment for a brand that defined comfort in the 90s and early 2000s. Olandria fronted their Fluff Mama boot relaunch, styled in a white bodysuit and cropped puffer against a mountain backdrop, paying homage to the original ads. It was the kind of campaign that put her name alongside industry favorites, the kind of gig models spend years trying to land. Then Alexander Wang tapped her for a campaign with model Asher London Williams, both of them spotted in Soho rocking coordinated all-leather looks. The stylish duo turned heads everywhere they went, embodying that downtown cool energy Alexander Wang is known for. Meanwhile, brand deals were rolling in left and right. She partnered with Kalani Keeney's Agua de Kefir and Sweetgreen. NYX Cosmetics created an official Nicolandria lip kit that sold out in minutes. She worked with Vaseline and Aveeno, building a beauty portfolio that influencers dream about. But the most meaningful partnership was with Microsoft Copilot in September, where she used her platform to highlight the history of Tuskegee University and the importance of HBCUs. That wasn't just a paycheck. That was purpose.
Ad Age didn't hold back, praising Alandrea for taking a deliberate approach to transforming momentary fame into a sustainable personal brand. And they were right. This wasn't luck. This was strategy, hard work, and an understanding that her window of opportunity was wide open, and she needed to sprint through it. On November 4th, Alandrea was honored at the Ebony Power 100 Gala, winning the fan-voted People's Choice Award. She was nominated alongside heavy hitters like Tony-winning legend Audra McDonald, singer Elle Meehan, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, tennis star Taylor Townsend, and Emmy nominee Tracee Ellis Ross. And she won. A reality TV star who'd been in the public eye for 4 months beat out entertainment royalty because people connected with her authenticity, her vulnerability, and her unapologetic confidence. That same week, she attended Glamour's Women of the Year Awards at the Plaza Hotel in New York City, stunning in a red-purple Christian Siriano gown with ruche detailing and a dramatic train. Then came the CFDA Fashion Awards at the American Museum of Natural History, where she wore a custom Brandon Blackwood dress that Marie Claire declared one of the best looks of the night. The designer told InStyle he wanted to work with Alandrea because she doesn't just wear clothes, she tells a story through them.
If you're enjoying this deep dive into Nicolandria's journey, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any updates on what they do next. These two keep surprising us. And then Harper's Bazaar Vietnam happened. The magazine, one of the oldest and most respected fashion publications in the world, dating back to the 1800s, gave Olandria the November 2025 cover. The shoot, photographed by Stanley Babb and styled by the Reisman duo, Matthew and Reginald Reisman, was nothing short of breathtaking. The editorial radiated old Hollywood glamour mixed with that modern edge Olandria's become known for. One shot featured her in a massive white bonnet with jeweled eye makeup, looking ethereal and untouchable. Another showed her in that iconic red one-piece with the matching train, paired with the short pixie cut that had everyone saying it gave Halle Berry in the early 2000s. The whole thing screamed luxury, sophistication, and main character energy. But there was something even more special about these photos. In one of the shots, you can clearly see the tattoo on her forearm, her mother Felicia's name. For anyone who's followed Olandria's journey, they know how much her mom means to her. Felicia is her hero, her biggest supporter, the woman who raised her to be confident and unapologetic. Seeing that tattoo in such a major editorial moment felt incredibly personal and touching. It was a reminder that even as Olandria's star rises to heights she probably never imagined, she's staying grounded in what matters most: family, love, and the people who believed in her before the world knew her name. Alandrea posted the Harper's Bazaar images on Instagram, dubbing November Olavember in the caption. She also shared on X how emotional she was, tweeting that she's proud of herself and that the support means everything.
Then she retweeted an old manifestation post from August 2024 where she'd written, "If I could model full-time, a 9-to-5 would never see me again." That tweet came to life. She's living proof that manifestation works when you back it up with action, resilience, and an unwillingness to settle for anything less than your dreams.
Nic wasn't quiet about Olandria's Harper's Bazaar moment either. He commented on her Instagram post saying, "The tectonic plates have shifted," which honestly couldn't be more accurate. This wasn't just a magazine cover, this was a cultural moment. Olandria clapped back with a playful comment about how impressed she was that he kept the secret, joking that he can't hold water and she's all about coming out with a bang. And she's right. Nic's terrible at keeping secrets, always almost spilling what he's working on during his Snapchat stories, catching himself mid-sentence with, "I can't give away too much." It's adorable and chaotic, which pretty much sums up their whole dynamic. Speaking of Nic, he's been busy too. The man ran the New York City Marathon on November 2nd with Team Strava, finishing with a goal of under 5 hours. He'd been training for months, all while traveling, doing appearances, and navigating this new level of fame. In early November, he did an interview where he opened up about wanting downtime with Alandrea after the marathon craziness. He said at this point, he just wants to sit on a couch and do nothing with her, and honestly, that sounds elite. He also mentioned they still have a hot air balloon date on their list, along with other activities they've been knocking off as they explore their connection outside the villa.
So where does Nicolandria stand now? Are they official? Do they have a label? The short answer is no, but that doesn't mean they're not serious. During the Love Island USA Season 7 reunion, filmed in mid-August, host Ariana Madix asked them about their relationship status, and Nic was refreshingly honest. He said there's been a lot of pressure, with people expecting them to have a label by the reunion. He even joked about seeing comments like, "She better come pregnant and married to the reunion," which had everyone laughing. But Nic and Alandrea have always been believers in taking their time with things. They're not letting outside pressure dictate their relationship. They're going on trips together, planning future dates, enjoying each other's company, and building something real at their own pace. Olandria echoed that sentiment during her August appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. She gushed about Nic, saying she's so happy to have been blessed with a guy who allows her to bask in her femininity, who lets her be soft. Usually a control freak, she said Nic takes the wheel and she loves it. The support she gets from him is unreal, allowing her to be the soft woman she's always wanted to be. That vulnerability, that honesty about what she values in a partner, resonated with so many people who watched her journey on Love Island. She wasn't just looking for someone hot or fun to be around. She was looking for someone who made her feel safe, supported, and cherished.
In a July post on Instagram, Olandria reflected on her Love Island experience, writing that she walked out of the villa with an unexpected but extraordinary connection that she hopes lasts for all eternity. All eternity. That's not casual language. That's someone who's all in, even if they're not rushing to slap a boyfriend-girlfriend label on it just yet. And honestly, that's smart. These two have been under a microscope since the moment they coupled up. Every move they make gets analyzed, dissected, and turned into TikTok edits. Taking their time makes sense, especially when you consider how fast everything else in their lives has been moving. One thing's for sure, Nic and Alandrea have completely separated themselves from Love Island. It's hard to even picture them back in the villa anymore. When villa edits pop up on social media, it's almost jarring to remember that's where this all started. They've transcended the show in a way that's rare for reality TV contestants. Love Island will always boast that they brought Nicolandria to the world, but these two are so far beyond that now. They're not going to be guests on After Sun for Season 8. They're not doing Beyond the Villa. They left that planet and shot straight into the stratosphere. The same week Alessandria's Harper's Bazaar cover dropped, Nic was out and about in New York City, posting on Snapchat about possibly hitting up a Knicks game. Why not? When you go to Knicks games, you hang out with actual Knicks players, and sometimes they drop off $500 gaming systems at your hotel room. Nic's living his best life, staying busy with projects he can't fully reveal yet, and supporting Alessandria through every major win. He's also headlining a DJ set show in Miami in January, continuing to build his own brand outside of just being Alessandria's partner.
That balance is important. They're both thriving individually while also being each other's biggest supporters. Before we wrap this up, hit that subscribe button one more time if you haven't already. Nicolandria's story is far from over, and you'll want to be here for whatever comes next. Here's the thing about Alandrea and Nic that makes their story so compelling. They're proof that you don't have to follow the traditional path to success. Alandrea didn't spend years grinding in obscurity, sending out modeling portfolios and hoping someone would notice her. She went on a reality dating show, stayed true to herself even when things got messy and painful, and built a connection with someone who genuinely supports and uplifts her. Then she took that platform and turned it into something massive. She didn't wait for permission. She didn't let people tell her that reality TV stars can't break into high fashion. She just did it.
And that Harper's Bazaar Vietnam cover, that's not just about looking beautiful in designer clothes. That's about representation. That's about a woman from Decatur, Alabama, an HBCU grad who worked in the elevator industry, showing up in one of fashion's most elite spaces and absolutely owning it. That's about manifesting your dreams out loud, even when people might laugh or doubt you, and then making those dreams come true through sheer determination and hard work. The fact that her mother's name is visible in those Harper's Bazaar photos makes it even more meaningful. Felicia raised a daughter who knows her worth, who refuses to settle, who demands to be treated with respect and love. That foundation is what carried Alandrea through the difficult moments on Love Island, when Taylor chose someone else, when people questioned her choices, when she had to advocate for herself again and again. And it's what's carrying her now as she navigates this wild new world of fashion shows, magazine covers, and brand partnerships.
Nicolandrians, the devoted fans who've been shipping this couple since day one, have been eating well these past few months. Every week brings something new. A fashion event, a cute couples post, a Snapchat story that gives a glimpse into their real personalities. The support has been insane, just like Olandria said during the reunion. But it's not just about the relationship. People are invested in Olandria's success because she represents something bigger. She's proof that you can come from anywhere, face rejection and heartbreak, and still come out on top. She's proof that being yourself, even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular, is always the right move. As for what's next, the sky's the limit. Olandria's already hinted at entering the most creative phase of her career, teasing projects she can't reveal yet, but promising they'll be exciting. With her work ethic, her team, and her undeniable star quality, there's no reason to think the momentum will slow down anytime soon. More magazine covers are probably on the way, more runway shows, more brand partnerships that align with her values and amplify her message. Maybe even acting or hosting opportunities down the line, who knows?
And Nic, he's right there with her, carving out his own lane while being the supportive partner Olandria deserves. They're building something together, brick by brick, moment by moment, at their own pace. No labels needed, just genuine connection, mutual respect, and a whole lot of love. So yeah, when Olandria posted that countdown timer and fans started spiraling, wondering what was coming, they had every reason to be excited. Harper's Bazaar Vietnam was just the latest chapter in a story that keeps getting better. From unknown sales associate to Love Island runner-up to fashion cover star in 4 months. That's not just impressive, that's legendary. That's the kind of run that people will be talking about for years, using as inspiration when they're chasing their own dreams and wondering if it's possible.